Dana,
Yes, sir.
with regard to Conor McGregor, what is the holdup with his return in?
Well, first problem was that he broke that shin bone. He was recovering from that. That was one of the reasons we had him. The other problem is he's rich.
Conor McGregor's professional MMA career was never the same after his monumental boxing fight against Floyd Mayweather, as his record after this fight was 1 win in 4 fights. But what was the reason for this downward spiral? This is MMA Wave, and let's take a deeper look into the downfall of the notorious. On August 26, 2017, the combat sports world held its breath as Conor McGregor, the flamboyant Irishman, stepped into the boxing ring against the undefeated legend Floyd Mayweather. The money fight was more than just a clash of styles. It was a collision of worlds, MMA versus boxing. In the fight, McGregor surprised everyone by holding his own in the early rounds. His unorthodox movement and striking confused Mayweather. But as the fight progressed, Mayweather's experience took over, and in the 10th round, Conor, who was completely gassed at this time, crumbled under Floyd's pressure and lost the bout via a technical knockout. Despite the defeat, Conor's life took an unexpected turn. He emerged from the ring with a massive payday, becoming the richest he had ever been. The allure of wealth and fame can be intoxicating, and for Conor, it was no different. But therein lay the paradox. As his bank account swelled, his hunger for greatness started to diminish. The relentless pursuit of victory that once made him the UFC's first double champion began to flicker. After the money fight, Conor returned to action after 14 months, a substantial amount of time to be inactive as an MMA fighter. When fighters go on such long breaks, they usually come back to fight a less formidable opponent, as it helps them ease into the action by clearing their ring rust. However, Conor bit off more than he could chew and returned to fight the then champion of the lightweight division, Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov, a fighter who has never tasted defeat. Even though Conor is one of the greatest trash talkers in all sports, he crossed a line during the buildup of this fight. He aimed for Khabib's most sensitive spots, his Muslim faith, his Russian heritage. Even worse, he attacked Khabib's family by throwing insults at his father, a man who meant the world to Khabib. McGregor's actions outside the octagon, such as the infamous bus incident during a media event, added fuel to the fire. It wasn't just the usual pre-fight hype, it felt personal and deeply disrespectful. On October 6, 2018, fight fans around the world eagerly tuned in to witness the highly anticipated showdown between Conor and Khabib at UFC 229. This event would go on to become the UFC's biggest-selling pay-per-view event to this day. As the bout unfolded, Khabib's relentless grappling met McGregor's precision striking, creating a tense back-and-forth battle. In the 4th round, Khabib capitalized on an opportunity and secured a submission victory, capping off a dominant performance. However, the climax of the fight wasn't confined to the octagon. Chaos erupted as Khabib leaped over the cage to confront McGregor's cornerman, triggering a chaotic brawl both inside and outside the cage. Despite the victory, Khabib's actions overshadowed his triumph, resulting in suspensions, fines, and widespread condemnation. McGregor, undeterred by the loss, vowed to return stronger, driven by a desire for redemption and to reclaim his status as one of MMA's biggest stars. There was a lot of excitement when Conor McGregor announced his fight against Donald Cerrone. Fans were desperate to see him back in the octagon and winning again. On paper, it looked promising. Maybe this was the comeback Conor needed. And okay, the win against Cerrone looked good, and Conor's striking was on point. But let's be honest, Cerrone wasn't in his prime either. It wasn't the ultimate test people were hoping for. However, the taste of this victory was short-lived. Conor McGregor and Dustin the Diamond Poirier's first fight took place all the way back in 2014 when both were rookies in the sport. Conor won that fight via TKO. Years passed, with both men carving their paths in the UFC. Poirier matured, racking up impressive wins while McGregor ascended to superstardom. In 2021, fate brought them back together at UFC 257. This time, the atmosphere was different. Poirier, now a seasoned veteran, was poised and calculated. McGregor, while still possessing his trademark swagger, showed a hint of respect for his opponent. The fight itself was a stark contrast to their first encounter. Poirier masterfully neutralized McGregor's striking with vicious leg kicks, and in the second round, a flurry of punches sent the Irishman crashing to the canvas. A stunning knockout. The rivalry, reignited, burned hotter than ever. The lead-up to the trilogy fight at UFC 264 was a whirlwind of emotions. What had started as respectful competition devolved into a deeply personal grudge match. Poirier accused McGregor of failing to follow through on a promised charitable donation, a move that shattered the illusion of sportsmanship. McGregor responded with insults targeting Poirier's wife and threats of violence, crossing a line that transformed their feud into something truly dark. The climactic trilogy fight was brutal and tragic. The tension in the arena was palpable, the stakes impossibly high. In the opening round, disaster struck. Conor snapped his leg in a freak accident, resulting in a gruesome injury. Poirier was awarded the victory by doctor stoppage, yet the ending was far from satisfactory, leaving both men and fight fans with a sense of unfinished business. The aftermath of their trilogy has been a strange mix of reflection and lingering hostility. Poirier moved on to other challenges. On the other hand, that was the last glimpse the world had of Conor fighting in the UFC. After the fight, Conor underwent a successful 3-hour leg surgery. His team says he's on the road to a full recovery. He even gave an update later, saying that his broken leg bones are already starting to mend. Even though it's been more than 2.5 years since Conor McGregor last entered the octagon, his superstar status hasn't waned. Beyond fighting, McGregor has cemented his reputation as a savvy entrepreneur with ventures like Proper 12 Whiskey and Forged Irish Stout. He's also dipped his toes into Hollywood, making his debut in the film Roadhouse, alongside Jake Gyllenhaal. McGregor's social media feeds are a testament to his lavish lifestyle, showcasing the fruits of his financial success. But amidst all this, one might wonder if the fire that drove the young Irish plumber to UFC stardom still burns as brightly, or if it's been dimmed by wealth. Ironically, a fascinating comparison can be drawn between Conor McGregor and the opponent many believe marked the beginning of his decline, Floyd Mayweather. While McGregor's hunger for competition seemed to diminish in the wake of his financial success, Mayweather's story presents a striking contrast. Despite Mayweather's immense wealth and extravagant lifestyle, he has managed to maintain an undefeated record, a testament to his relentless hunger for victory and unwavering discipline. Mayweather's commitment to his craft, rigorous training routines, and steadfast dedication to excellence have allowed him to remain at the top of his game, even as his bank account swells and his lifestyle becomes increasingly opulent. In this juxtaposition, Mayweather stands as a shining example of how success and wealth need not dull the competitive edge, but can instead serve as fuel for continued excellence. Meanwhile, McGregor's journey serves as a cautionary tale of the pitfalls of losing sight of one's hunger and drive amidst the trappings of success. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button. It really helps me out. Also, comment down below on MMA stories you would like to hear about.